I want to thank everyone here on this channel for subscribing and joining in. This is the 500 subscriber special, and I'm at a loss for words again as to how appreciative I am of how many people have showed up and showed their support and enjoy the silly randomest things. That's not even a word, but the things that I do. So again, I have to thank everyone here, everyone watching this, that you've helped me reach 500, and that shows me that 500 of you, at the very least, enjoy what I have to offer. So now I go on from here, and another year, more videos, more games, more silliness, and I have so much more I want to do. So I wish there was more I could do in this video to really, really show the gravity of my gratitude, and I feel I'm at a loss for that. So in this video, I'm going to show some of the videos I've done recently, and some of the... There's a little bit here that I have not shown yet. Whether or not I will, that's dependent. Some of the videos I will show in here that have not been seen yet, I felt were not good enough to be on the channel, or were incomplete. The others are videos that I did do, and you can check them out in the link below in the description, and see where we've been, where we've come from. So thank you again. Thank you everyone for helping me reach 500 amazing people. Thank you. What you're seeing here now is the Cube World series that I've done with Ambu-chan, and I am so incredibly lucky to have done this series and continue to do this series with Ambu-chan, because she is one of my best friends, and we have a great time just being silly. I felt a while back that trying to incorporate a lot more of my personal friends into my videos was a great idea, because I started mainstreaming my channel with one video series in particular, and that video series was 7 Days to Die. Now I love doing that with people, but not everyone has that game, and on top of that, it does get a little stale after a while. You have to think, if you play a game enough, you will get sick of it. I'm not saying I'm entirely sick of 7 Days to Die, and I don't plan on stopping the series, but doing games like this with Amber and my other friends is so refreshing, and I count myself so lucky to do these little games or intros with these amazing people that I am so blessed to call my personal friends. So, we've got a lot more of this to do, and I believe the footage you're seeing here now is stuff that wasn't yet released. It will be. But yeah, it's a real joy to get on the computer and see people messaging you, and they take a real interest in what you're doing, and the goal here is basically to create a community for people to take an interest and do things, be silly. It's nothing I enjoy more than incorporating my best friends in my little videos, and it's like a collection of people, basically. Speaking of collections, we had the Pixelmon series that we all did together. I had pretty much my entire friend base working with me in this game world. We started out just playing it as a pastime, but obviously me wanting to record this stuff and show you guys the fun we've been having and what you can do with Minecraft in general, we made a series of it. It failed, unfortunately, and that had to do mainly with my video issues several months ago, and that is ultimately what did in the Pixelmon series. I wanted to make it a big part of the channel for a good time, and it's a good mod. Minecraft's still solid. My Minecraft videos have never done well, and that's really because I've gotten into them late. Honestly, the biggest Minecraft videos out there are people who have done it early. When Minecraft first came out, they started doing videos, or they showed things that had never been seen before in Minecraft, and ultimately that was not a part of this. But I enjoyed doing the Minecraft series. I really did, and we had a great time. What you're seeing here is a bunch of homes that we built on a server, and we had a lot of time and a lot of fun. Ambu-chan, for a long time, worked on that server to build things and make it a better place, and it was a really good server. This is a different server, by the way, than the one that we were at before. Everyone keeps asking me, what's the IP for that server? What's the IP? Well, the other server was very hostile, and they did not respect a lot of the... They did not observe a lot of the rules that were put into place on the server. The admins, at least, did not respect those rules, so there's a lot of abuse of power. And that's why we stopped going to that server and we went to this one. This one was really nice. There was a lot of fun-loving people. There was a lot of silliness, and we incorporated to that madness a lot with our presence. I don't have the server for this one again. It's changed hands a few times, so unfortunately in this video, if you're expecting there to be a link to the server name, I can't give that to you, I'm sorry. But I would believe all of our stuff is gone by now. No trace of us existing there and all the silly little misadventures we had. But we had a great time, and there's a lot of beautiful things that you can do with Minecraft and Pixelmon together, and we all did that. This clip here is Amber-chan's personal house. It's like a castle, and it's floating just above our territory, and she's got her own PCs and a little garden and, you know, all sorts of stuff. Just, you know, because you can. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I would love to go back to the Pixelmon series. Ultimately, I would love to go back to it, and I just haven't been able to do that yet. I haven't put myself into that mode, and it would be fun to do it again with my friends, but I just, you know, there were problems, and those problems caused the series to come to a grinding halt. The footage you're seeing here, I will release at some point, but I feel it's not complete because the first portions of it are gone. They're corrupted, and there's no way I don't want to upload them because it's really grueling. It takes a toll on me. Sorry, it takes a toll on me to upload something and then have it just fall apart because of an error, a small error with the code of the film or whatever. There's blips and there's tears, or the audio is completely absent, and I hate doing that. So I don't ever think that first footage will ever be there. But what you're seeing here, this stuff, you will see this eventually, and I've just got to get, you know, in that state of mood that I want to upload it. When I started doing YouTube seriously, like I sat down and I thought to myself, well, I should show the progress of a particular game called 7 Days to Die. I didn't think that there'd be a lot of good games similar to it. It was the last thing on my mind. I thought, well, this is going to be once in a lifetime. It's like Minecraft with zombies and blocks, but a lot of games have come out since then, and including, you know, what you're seeing here is The Forest. And those games take, what I love about games is the freedom of choice, and they take it to a whole new level. And doing the series The Forest has been a lot of fun, and if you've noticed, if you've been watching my Forest videos from the first one to this, you've probably noticed me taking a step back from it slightly. And that's not because I don't like it. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I've been busy. I've been busy with other games, and ultimately The Forest does not have a lot of content to keep things interesting for very long. It is a great game. It's a solid game for what it is. It may be a bit small, but it has so many things that are so quickly discovered, and that is why I've taken a bit of a step back. Every now and again I will bring it up and I will show you guys what's going on in The Forest. And I love it. It's so beautiful. The game is just flawlessly beautiful. It's so pretty. Literally, it's like if you could eat beautiful, that's what it is. It's so beautiful. But yeah, there's not a lot of content with it, so I've taken a step back from that series a bit, and I'm hoping to continue it as it develops, probably the next update or so. I'll get more into it. But when they add multiplayer, you can definitely expect to see a lot of that, and it's a scary game. It's pretty scary. The first time I went into the game, I didn't know what to expect. Like, I had heard about it, I had seen clips here and there, like everyone else, but when you get into the forest for the first time, there is a distinct level of fear. With there's a lot of games that have come out in recent years that have a certain quality about them, and this one definitely had it. You were hearing sounds, and you weren't sure what the rules were just yet, so you'd be standing there, and this bush or a crack or something happens, and you're like, what the hell? And half the time, it's the little critters that you're seeing, you know? It's what you're hearing is little animals, or you're seeing a bush move or something like that, and this is nothing to be concerned about, but you don't know that. You know, you're not expecting that to be an issue. And then when the real stuff happens, when the mutants come out or whatever, you know, that's when it gets real. That's when it gets really, really terrifying, because the whole time you're psyching yourself out, and then bam, something jumps from a tree and is on top of your face, and it's a great way to lure the player into a certain state of mind, and the forest really does that. So I enjoyed doing that series, and I will continue to do that. And it's just it's so beautiful. And look at all that meaty goodness. Oh yeah, he doesn't want to pick it up though. He's just like I don't know. Since I was very young, the thing I was best at doing was looking at things in a different way than most people, and that involved being very, very just wrong and outrageous in a certain manner. So I decided, you know, when I started doing more and more YouTube several years ago, I was like, well, I should try to be as funny as I am, just be myself and just be silly about it. But I didn't have the ability to do that the way I wanted, and YouTube was more of a hobby. It was only until last year that I started to do it, and, well, as you can see, the result is some very wrong things I've done to video games, but not just video games. I have taken that level of humor, I've tried to adapt it to other measures, such as eating challenges or, you know, other games, but I really enjoy creating a environment of just abject wrongness. That's Herman Krub. Yeah, and Skyrim and all Bethesda games in general are just rife with that ability, either through their own miscoding or the silly mods that you can download and install. But I love doing it. I love making videos where I can be as silly as I need to be, as I want to be, and there's constantly things I'm thinking of doing. At one point, I put Markiplier's face on a bear. I made his face into a mask. I did that because I love Markiplier. I love what he's done for the YouTube community. And I try to be as funny as I can be. And in addition to all of this, I've just taken my real life and I've incorporated it with my friends, and I've tried to bring you guys a plethora of content that's both entertaining and silly. And in this scene that you see here is the gummy bear video I did with Ambu-chan, and we were talking, and one day, and we were just talking to talk. We were both very tired, and you know, we had played a couple of games of League or something. I can't remember exactly, but I do remember we were talking about gummy bears. Just because gummy bears are awesome, they're delicious, and how could they go wrong? We made them wrong. We mixed them with a variety of things, and it was really gnarly, but it was a great experience I wouldn't trade for the world. It's so funny to see this footage, because I remember sitting there and just dreading what I was going to do to these delicious, delectable gummy bears. There were no winners. This was purely for your entertainment and our regret. The faces that we made. Oh god. I love doing videos like this. I love being as silly and as funny as I can try to be, and I'm glad you guys do enjoy it. That's my ultimate goal, is to elicit laughter, because my life has been torture. I don't really have much, or had much in my life that has gone right, so being able to make people smile, that's the best thing I can do, and I'm trying to do that. So 500 subscribers means a lot to me, because that's 500 people in my audience that I can show them something and hopefully get laughter out of them. But I'm still very limited in what I'm able to do with the technology that I have. I've spent a lot of money this year, and trying to just, that money's gone into the channel. It's gone right into the channel, and I'm in up to my head in all this, terabytes of footage and things like that. But I'm trying one step at a time, doing one day at a time to elicit laughter as much as I can, or at the very least be entertaining in some respect. This is a generic enemy. Oh my god. That is not worth the time. Fly in this game mode, and you use magic. Oh, look at this! It's a World of Warcraft rune circle, and we've ripped it directly. Oh, there's a person here. Hey. Well, we're dead. Now, you didn't expect a special video to be completely devoid of some sort of silliness that is its own to partake in. In this case, I'm showing you guys a bit of Block Story, which was a rip-off Minecraft game that I did purchase because I had the money to, and I do not recommend you purchase it. This game is atrocious. It is so bad. and the sad thing is that it does have features that Minecraft could only dream of, but ultimately it was a bit of a wet fart in the mouth, so to speak. So, let's talk about horse butts. Well, there's a lot of horse butts in this game. The first horse butt being, of course, the literal horse butt that runs away from you, that you're supposed to kill for food, but your auto attacks are so slow. Like, you literally have a cooldown on your auto attack. In Minecraft, you just punch as fast as you can click the mouse. This game, you have to wait, and there's a skill for that. So that skill really factors into your actual experience in the game, because if you don't put points into that skill, you're going to attack like the slowest person in history. There's a lot about this game that makes me rage, simply because it is designed to take your money. And I know, I paid them to play this game, but I did it because I like putting myself in that position. Not because I enjoy getting, suckered or anything. I knew full well what I was getting into. I enjoy putting myself in that position so I can show you guys that. And I ultimately chose that this wasn't worth, this was not worth making an entire series out of, because the game is that terrible. The entire video, I rage about the game. The game is terrible. It is frankly terrible. And I do not like, completely talking about how shitty a game is. I'll say how shitty it is, and I'll say good things about it. There is nothing good about this game. I really can't find anything good about it. I mean, I can say there's some features that they should really, focus on, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't. And I'm gonna talk about horse butts, because that's what this is about. The horse butt of this game, the biggest problem of this is that it doesn't sync up. The enemies, the characters do not sync up. Like, what the hell is that? It's a box with a face on it. It's a cartoony face in a blocky world, but there's realistic character models. Like, they don't measure. Look at this. The guy doesn't match anything. Half these models were ripped off of other games too, and they're allowed to do it. And that's the sad thing. I don't understand. And you can't even attack the guy. That's the worst part. I spent half the time in this game trying to kill these guys. You can't kill them because they're people. Apparently, people can't kill people in this game. That's good to know, but why is everything else so crappy? I'm at a loss for words when it comes to that game, because it's just there's too much rage that gets in the way. It's you may have noticed there's like I have 149 arrows. Well, yeah, okay, that's arrows, but guess what? Everything in the game, every item is based on a number system. So you have to craft yourself like 10 swords to hit 10 times. But considering everything has loads of health, you're wasting materials on swords. You will not kill these things. You have to be in creative mode. There's no choice at all. That's 10 shots you get, and then your weapon's gone. In the case of arrows, it's a lot easier to do. The problem is that you can only shoot an object if the game says you can shoot an object, because, frankly, the bow system in this game was a little bit off. No, it wasn't a little bit off. It was a horse ass. You're literally only able to shoot if the game decides you can. I had arrows equipped. I had a bow equipped. I tried to shoot. It wouldn't let me shoot. You can't reload. The R button does not work. There's so much that I despised about Block Story. And you got to be careful of games. There's a lot of games on Steam coming out. They pay Steam money to get their games immediately pushed in. They don't go through Greenlight. They don't go through Kickstarter. They just crank out the games. It's like a shitty movie. Like a really bad movie that comes out in the theaters, and you're like, okay, I want to go see it because of this, this, and this. You go to see it, and you ultimately regret your decision going there because you have a giant horse fanny just blowing deep, smelly, warm farts into your face. That's what it is. So Block Story was nothing more than a horse's ass. I'm convinced the entire place is, okay? What do I'm apparently stuck in a car now. I don't know how to get out. Alright, I see what you do. You click on it, and the car will mysteriously vanish, but you can't exit the vehicle while you're using it. And like every item in this game, I apparently have 110 cars. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know about you. This is a chasm. I dare not go in there. Well, actually, let's just check out what that thing is. It's like some sort of ripped-off worm. Oh, that's right, it is! This is a ripoff of the worm creature from Starforge. Guess what, guys? If you're watching this video, this is a direct ripoff. I don't believe this is an open source model, so yeah, they stole your model. So that's another reason I hate this game. A game that can't hold up on its own and has to take someone else's property. That makes a lot of sense. I could be wrong about that. That could be an open source model, but I don't believe it is. I started making a lot of videos based on 7 Days to Die, and I'm going to continue to make videos based on 7 Days to Die because I enjoy what the game stands for. The creativity of certain developers to create a game that people want. It's as simple as this. Create a zombie scenario where you survive by using the environment. The entire game world is deconstructible and reconstructible. You can build anything you can dream of. You can have your ideal horror survival scenario. And this doesn't completely obviate it from modding in the future. People can do so much with this game. You could create an alien world and change the models if you wanted to. You could create anything. You could even make a better DayZ. You could get an entire texture pack to make it look like Arma, and it runs better. So ultimately, you have a game world created by a group of dedicated people who want to give you that experience, who want to change that genre, and they did it for a really good reason. I mean, I felt that the zombie genre had kind of fallen flat because we were getting promises of open world zombie games, and 7 Days to Die was able to offer and deliver that. And it's not without its own bugs, but the game is still an alpha. It's an alpha, and it runs better than any other game that's an alpha that I know of. It is a great, great game, and I love doing videos on it, and I'm going to continue to do that. But, you know, it's what has launched my channel forward. I only had 40-something subscribers. 40 people. 40. And I've never met these people. And then when I started doing this, it's not just that people want to see the game, it's that you want to see a person play it. You know, you might play it yourself, and you want to see a person play it. I do this all the time. I'll go to different channels, and I'll watch games that I own, and watch people play them. It's enjoyable to see another person's experience, their story, what they have to show. But I'm also trying to show you guys the evolution of the game. I'm more attracted to the game's idea than what it is. It is a great game. I love it. But the idea, the capability of the game, what it's capable of doing, is what's amazing about it. The same with Survive the Nights. The same with Planets Cubed, when that comes out. All these games, these voxel games, I feel are both the step back to reach the step forward. You need to go back to look ahead on occasion. And a lot of gaming in the future, several years from now, is going to consist of these environments that you can alter to suit your own needs. And I think 7 Days to Die is a great example of that, because it's a game that came out of nowhere on Kickstarter, and they had very few press things, and they said, this is the game we want to make, and this is what we're going to offer you. Entire worlds that you can construct and deconstruct. That is amazing. And it can only go up from here as technology gets better. We have water physics engines, lights, all sorts of new stuff with games, and a lot of companies aren't willing to make that effort and put their money into it. But one thing is true: if you go back to voxels, you can still create those effects. You can still add in those effects where they're needed and give the player an experience to be fully in control of your environment. So when it comes down to 7 Days to Die, I enjoy doing the videos because I am publicizing the game's capability, not just the game. I like playing it because you guys are interested in it. I like playing it because it is a sense of the future, in my opinion, of what games will be. The fact is that they will have as many features for you to manipulate the environment as possible. In closing, thank you guys so much. Thank you again for supporting my channel and being there. It brings me so much joy to log on and see comments and answer, and I do read every comment. If I don't often respond, it's because either I feel I don't need to say any more, or I don't have an answer. But I try to give you my best answer, my best response, and I want to thank you for being there and supporting the randomness that I have to offer to this internet of ours. I'm just, I'm not a people person. I've tried to be, and I'm trying to at least give you guys entertainment, at least be a channel that you can enjoy. There's something here that people enjoy. There's 500 people, 500 plus now, I bet, that enjoy this, and I'm glad I can elicit a response from you. I'm glad I can make people happy, laugh, cry, scared every now and again because this is horror games. And if you've watched the rest of this video, I will tell you now that there is more horror games I'm going to be doing, in addition with Ambu-chan in tow, and I'm hoping that will be nice for the end of this year. A good way to leave things off for the year, get spooky during Halloween and all that, and I love Halloween. So anyways, this is probably a more laid-back subscriber episode. We did talk about horse anuses earlier, but other than that, I just, I felt that at a midway point between 1,000 subs, if I ever get there, it was good to reflect and talk about things from the past and things in the future. And there's some stuff in this video that you have seen, and there's stuff that you will never see. Like the Block Story episode, I have deleted it, and it was really just me raging, and it wasn't entertaining at all. I left in the portions that I felt were important, and I told you about it. Be cautious of that game because it is really crap. but there are really good games. There are really good games. As a gamer, you have to find something that speaks to you. No one can tell you, really, and keep it a solid fact that a game is not good for you. If anything, games are good for a person. It doesn't matter what they consist of. It matters what the intent is. If a game helps you pass the time through an otherwise rough situation, that is good. It doesn't matter. If a game helps you get aggression out, if a game helps you learn, if it scares you to make you laugh only later, that's endorphins. That's good. That's makes you feel all smiley and happy, and that's ultimately what gamers look for. They look for something that they're otherwise lacking. And I've been depressed all my life. I've had so many issues. I've had a lot of rough patches in my life, and games were the thing I went to because I had to escape. But now, with a YouTube channel, I have the power to use my gameplay to make other people happy or entertained. And I prefer making people laugh. I prefer being the person that I'm really not. The person that I am on the channel is who I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to capture the sense of humor that I once had. I'm trying to put that out there and become that person again. And you guys have enjoyed that so far. So I am so thankful that everyone has joined the channel. So thank you again, and I will see you in the next episode. Whatever that's going to be. It's probably going to be a horror map with Ambu-chan, because we had a great time the other night filming for you guys, and there was a lot of scares and a lot of silly things happened, so stay tuned, and thank you for joining my channel again. And who knows what will be next year at this time? Who knows? I mean, that could be 800 people, 900. If I break 1,000, that'd be awesome. That's 1,000 people, awesome people that want to show up and be friendly and grow this community. And eventually down the road, I can start doing live streams and actually making a difference with that amount of people, because that's really the goal here. You get people together for a common cause, and I'm just hoping for now everyone's enjoying themselves. So thank you again.